Trying to change your life is really difficult. I know this all too well, having failed about a zillion times. After 50 years of stuttering, my destructive habits in speaking and thinking were so ingrained in me that I had to do something extraordinary to break them. I couldn't just do something different. I had to do the opposite, the complete opposite. I thought I was making up this crazy opposite idea, but it turns out there's actual science behind it. Essentially, the science is that you can break a cycle of repeated failures by doing the exact opposite. If you want more detail, check out my blog. But it's not just science. I have to admit that I may have gotten the idea from a Seinfeld episode. Yeah, that's right, I said Seinfeld. One day, George Costanza realizes that every thought he's ever had is wrong. So he decides to do the opposite. My blog has the actual Seinfeld clip. Watch it, it's great. So there's science and Seinfeld behind the strategy. How do you actually use it? Let's take the example of introducing myself. In the past, I would do anything to avoid this. Here's what I actually did. First, I did a ton of easy introductions before trying it in person. Second, rather than walk away from an introduction, as I would in the past, I walked toward the new person. Third, instead of being gripped by paralyzing fear, I did my best to smile, which I often do to relieve tension. Finally, rather than perceive a negative response, get this, I imagined they were smiling and had warm rays of light emanating from their face. I even had a hand movement to signal the opposite to myself. Basically, you need to do anything you can to take control of a situation rather than let it take control of you. Do everything the opposite. Turn your thinking and actions upside down. Shatter your personal boundaries. These are difficult things to do. On the other hand, once you get positive traction and start moving forward, the feeling can be so liberating you'll never want to stop. There is no better feeling than freeing yourself from something that has held you back. It sounds crazy, but that's how you make real lasting change. Doing the opposite over and over.